Damn. All right, we're officially live. We in the dough. What's going on, everybody? This is the Godzilla Nerds, and we're back with another episode of the Godzilla Nerds podcast. And this time we are reviewing Shin Godzilla. The whole gang is not here at the moment, so we're going to dedicate this episode to Miss Doris, who couldn't be here tonight, but she was definitely awesome last week, and she's been an awesome addition to this group. So I want to put that out there. We're waiting for Serge to get in, but I am Donald.
I'm Nick.
Nick.
I'm Remy.
I'm
Dirk.
And we are the partial Godzilla nerds.
Welcome to Shell Shock, bringing in your ears like the bells that L rock. It doesn't matter whether or not you sell locks. You can find solace in the coldest cell block. This is Shell Shock. Welcome to Shell Shock, bringing in your ears like the bells that L rock. It doesn't matter whether or not you sell locks. You can find solace in the coldest cell block.
I had to go back and find it.
I'm about to say, I was like,
Yeah,
hopefully we have that intro, and then we did.
Yeah, I had it this time. I had to go back and find it.
I gotta re-edit the outro so I can put Serge's song over it this time.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be dope. I see everybody was watching the Jurassic World trailer. I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it when it first dropped.
I ain't seen it yet. I gotta do a reaction video.
Yeah,
Who saw it? You saw it, Remy?
Oh yeah, that trailer. I literally woke up to that trailer too. I was like, let's see what's on YouTube real quick, and then I saw it, and I went, "Oh, watching that."
Okay, we gotta do a trailer reaction video. I haven't watched it yet, so I'll probably do it when this is over.
It's really good. It's a really
You
good
know what?
trailer.
Let me know when you're gonna do the reaction video. I will join you.
Yes.
Okay.
But actually, like,
It'll be tonight. I'll do it. I'll do it tonight. It's gonna be tonight. It'll be after the podcast.
Oh yeah,
gotta check it out.
I'd love to join that.
We'll have to play it from your end, Nick, so it don't lag.
Say less.
Have to
If I
play it
look
from
like
your
a
end.
bum, it's because I am tired. Bro, 3 straight days of soccer, 2 straight days of the gym. I'm tired.
Man, so
We're all
Serge,
tired,
we
dude.
waiting on you, brother. Well, I guess we can go ahead and start, and when Serge come in, we'll refill him in on what's going on. So today we'll be talking about Shin Godzilla. We had a chance to revisit this movie, and for me, this movie is a great movie, and I think this was like they nailed it perfectly. They nailed it perfectly with Shin Godzilla. His incarnation, because he feels godlike. Nick, my mom says she is tired also.
It's been a very long week, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's been like a long week, but it's felt like it's gone by quick. But Shin Godzilla, going back rewatching this movie, it's a really, really good movie. And Godzilla in this movie, he definitely has it out for the humans, and he's definitely in the mood to destroy buildings, destroy planes, destroy people, and to destroy cities. So, well, I was gonna start with Serge since Serge is not here first. So, Nick, you messing up the rotation, Serge. So, Nick, we're gonna start with you. How did you feel about the story and the plot of Shin Godzilla? Do you feel like it aligned properly with introducing him in this film?
I feel like when I first actually saw it, it kind of caught me off guard because I saw the title. It said Shin Godzilla, and you know, when that first scene happened, when they were on the boat looking into the water, and it looked like blood was all over the floor, you see a tail just coming up, and I'm like, I thought I was watching Godzilla, not I don't know what that is. But as the story progressed, and did this where his forms were showing little by little, it started to make more sense to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is like what Toho wanted to do, start with a whole new Godzilla series.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the whole story aligned perfectly. It makes sense on why Godzilla's so mad with the humans. And at the very end, when they froze him, God only knows what happens if he unfreezes. He's gonna be twice as mad because number one, they froze him. Number two, you did the wrong thing. You should have just killed them at the point, but you can't. You really can't, because we already know what happens when you make him mad. My man does this. You push him to the point, and this happens.
So Derek, we spoke just a tad bit about the story being more so on the political side. And so if you think about it, that was a really, really big deal because you don't see a lot of movies like that. Yeah. Put their opinion in it, put political views in it, because we know how people are, we know how people will respond to certain things. So I'm curious to hear your answer to this question. How did you feel about the story and the plot of Shin Godzilla? And do you feel like it aligned properly with introducing him?
Yeah, I thought it was a great introduction to a new one. And while I was rewatching it, the way that they were describing his evolution and the way that they were showing it and stuff, it almost reminds me of kind of lays the foundation for what the Netflix trilogy movie did. Where like how the whole planet was Godzilla, essentially.
Oh yeah.
So, and like how huge he was and everything when they came back and all that. So like I'd be curious to see if they were talking with each other, or if that's what they decided on or something. I know they're completely different, but going back to the political stuff, I thought it was pretty interesting because they showed how they were talking about how, like, we got all these people, we got all these ministers and all this other stuff, and just how bogged down it does. Like, there's a huge monster that pop up in the middle of the city, and they have to debate about how they're gonna respond to it. Like, and and it's just crazy because it's like, well, this group wants to save it, this one wants to execute it, this one wants to scare it away, and it's like, okay, somebody just make a decision to do something before it tears up your whole city. Oh no, we can't do that. We got it. So
I think we can all agree that if we had to destroy it, we have to. I got kids, man. I can't die like this. That's a bad way to die. Now, I don't mind him destroying something else, but don't do it where I'm at. He already came to Pensacola.
So yeah, I appreciated how they not only showed like how reductive that the political system can be, but they even talked about it in the movie. They're like, yeah, it's crazy. This, like, it took us this long to get this one budget thing passed. How long do you think it's going to take to get the Godzilla reaction passed?
All right, Serge is in here. Let me try to get Serge in here. Okay, we got Godzilla Train. He said, Godzilla Train said, "What's up?" Okay.
What up,
my mom is in the chat. She said, "Well, I love Godzilla. Either way, if destroying people or not, he is the GOAT in the MonsterVerse. That is right." And she also said, "I'm about to block you from the stream. I should change my name to Kimzilla." Nick, you funny, man. Let me get Serge in here. I'm coming, Serge.
That said I'm gonna block you from the stream.
Hey. And then we got Raymond. Let's get Raymond in here. Raymond said, "I think I love Shin Godzilla because it shook up expectations we developed from previous movies. It was perfect."
Yeah, it definitely changed the expectations.
So this was good.
a good jump start again for Toho to work on their film. This was a good jump start.
It definitely brings it to modern times.
Oh man, Godzilla Train, you the man, boy. You see that, mama? You raised a good, nice young man. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom said you better not dare block me.
Be in trouble, Donald.
Remy, I know. Sir. Remy, how did you feel about the story and the plot of Shin Godzilla? Do you feel like it aligned properly with introducing him?
I do. I feel like this is like it follows very closely to how usual stories go with solo Godzilla movies, where Godzilla shows up and then it's just left to us to figure out what to do about him. So I feel like this movie, kind of covered that, and I do like the kind of well, not kind of, but like the actual critique of the Japanese government and like government in general, where it takes them like forever in order to make big decisions, such as dealing with a kaiju. Like if there actually was a kaiju that happened in the real world, I really feel like our government would not know what to do, and we'd just be looking at them like, do something.
And they would be trying to put it on. Like nobody would want to take responsibility for doing
exactly. They're like, the Russians did it. The Germans did it. I'm like, I don't care who did it. Just fix it.
Honestly,
It's like a dad, with
with
their kids. They're like, I don't care who broke it. Just fix it. Put you all at bedtime early. Go. Yeah, made this mess, fix it. But like again, setting aside that, I do like the story of this movie. I feel like again it matches the other Godzilla movies. Like to me, just feels very close to like 1984, where it was just left to the military and the citizens of Japan to wonder like, what are we going to do with this giant beast roaming around our city? And I feel like this follows that very closely, except with this time Godzilla actually evolves and it creates different problems for us to try to solve. So
right.
I think the story
Godzilla trying to say big facts.
Yes, thank you, guys.
And Raymond said you're spitting facts too.
Yep, thank you.
Remy's definitely the man, y'all. Remy's the man. Yeah, that's right, Remy. You the man, brother. You the man.
I'm preaching over here.
My mom said, let's just ask ourselves, why is everyone always bothering guys?
Because we have to bother everything that we don't understand.
Well, look on the flip side. If nobody didn't bother them, we'd never see them.
That is true.
But here's the thing.
But yet again, if we didn't bother them,
it's what humans do.
Destruction.
It's what humans do. They sit there, they discover, and then immediately their first thing is destroy it.
Yeah. Well, destroy it.
But it turns out the one thing they can't destroy is the one thing that is standing in front of you. The one that cannot be destroyed. The king.
We might, man, depending on how this moving, I like who we got in the chat right now. So I have to hold off the question there because, Mom, you stay here long enough because I got some questions for you. Serge, my man.
Talk to me.
You walking, how did you feel about the story and plot of Shin Godzilla? Do you feel like it aligned properly when introducing him?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was it was pretty close to or similar to the original in 1954. I mean, sometimes it almost seems kind of like a remake of 1954, but of course it's a little different, especially towards the ending. You know, the plots diverge a lot, but I thought it was a great introduction to a new Japanese Godzilla movie, and I think it was a great introduction to of Godzilla to a new generation of watchers. And I'm glad this was the first of the newest Japanese ones, because I think they did a really good job with it. It's a little different, but it's not too different. Maybe like in design and stuff like that, maybe a bit different, but I thought it was great. I mean, as far as the plot goes, it's one of those movies you can watch over and over again and kind of not start dissecting it and saying like, well, I mean, this doesn't really make sense. And it's pretty straightforward. The plot's pretty straightforward once it gets going. it's going. You know, it has a lot of political commentary, which is cool, which mirrors the original 1954. A lot of political stuff there, but differently, right? Political, but from our time, from modern time, and so I think it's a great plot. I think it's a good plot. I still enjoy watching it today, and actually, cool story is that I actually got to see it in theater when it first came out. We actually had one movie theater here in South Texas where it came out, and I was actually able to see it in theater.
Same here.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to see it.
Oh man, yeah, same here. Yeah, rub it in, cause my theater show don't do nothing like that. I told you, man, we suck down here. We suck down here. Man, we sorry. We don't do nothing. My mom said you can't beat the original, and Raymond said 1954 stands the test of time.
Raymond's spitting facts right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true, Raymond. That movie will never die.
My mom is coming strong tonight. She said, see, that's why I don't know why people always want to bring Kong in the mix when they talk about Godzilla, because even in the old version, Kong was nothing like Godzilla.
Mom, your mom's spitting facts. Why is she?
Your mom brought facts today, boy.
She did.
Yeah,
she woke up and she said, you know what? I choose facts.
She's going to be a guest next week. That's who the guest is next week, is my mom.
Word? Say
Cool.
less.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
All right. So the next question I would like to ask is, Serge, we'll start. I'll come back to you since this is your movie. Which Godzilla would you compare Shin Godzilla with the most?
Who's this question towards?
Serge.
Oh, none of them. None of them. I mean, this one is just weird. That's why I think they did a really good job with Godzilla in this movie, because I mean, you know, when Shin Godzilla first came out, you know, you were either, oh my god, I love it, or you were, oh my god, I hate it. He looks so weird. It's so strange.
Yeah, that was my first impression. I'm like, dang, Godzilla, why you look like this, bro?
Yeah, like he skips arm day every day.
Really?
I was kind of the same. I was like, this.
He froze doing a dumbbell lift.
What is this?
And for me, like, I mean, I was in the middle, and I still am in the middle, because he just needs to not skip arms. But but I think it's a killer design. I think it's an awesome Godzilla. Yeah, maybe there's some stuff that
personality
wise a little bit myself, but as far as this Godzilla, I mean, I think he's way different. It's funny because he looks like old Godzilla or original Godzilla, or what we generally define as looking like Godzilla, but he's still very, very different. So I think that's cool that they were able to. It's not like you just grabbed Showa or Heisei and stuck him in this movie. It's not. He's very different, but it's still very recognizably Godzilla. You know,
right?
So I think they did a damn good job in doing that, and doing something new with something old, and it still looks like Godzilla, yet it's still very different. And you were obviously able to see that because people either loved it or hated it. You know, me, I like it. Good.
Serge, that is actually a great breakdown. Kimberly Gully, would you please? She said, well, maybe personality-wise, you can compare him to Mechagodzilla. That's a pretty interesting statement. That's a pretty interesting statement. Godzilla's praying, where you at, brother? Let's get you in on this. Nick, I don't know why my tablet keep doing that, but which Godzilla would you compare Shin Godzilla with the most?
You want to talk about? I'll probably do personality-wise. He's very destructive and angry, so I would compare him to like the 1984 one, if I'm right.
Oh,
I compare him to that because he was young and angry for no reason. For no reason, like, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Just waking him up.
Somebody said,
he woke up and somebody was there.
And he just decided, let me go destructive mode on
He's like, I
everybody.
choose violence.
No,
He woke up and chose violence.
Exactly.
That's a great
No.
that's a great comparison. That's a great
You gotta
comparison,
be
Nick.
punched away on the face
Uh,
because he was mad.
Godzilla Train said
Thank you.
1984 personality. He said for sure, and then he also left another comment. He said, "I definitely didn't respect what Shin was when I first watched it, but after being educated on the film more, it's definitely one of my favorite Godzilla movies now." And I definitely agree with that. Got to get my boy Derek in. Derek always coming with some good knowledge. Which Godzilla would you compare Shin Godzilla with the most, DJ?
um, to me, I mean, uh, he doesn't really match up with anybody else. Um, you have to remember this is an organism that is rapidly evolving, and was originally just a little sea creature, and because of all the radiation it absorbed for years, it's suddenly going through a rapid evolution. It's just trying to figure out what the heck's going on with it. It's a creature out of place from its natural environment.
Mm-hmm.
So when it first comes to the surface, it's, it's breathing out blood from its gills and everything, and just trying to figure out what's going on. The only time it actually does anything violent, like attack wise, is when the humans start attacking it. So when they first start hitting it and everything, that's when it gets pissed off, and it's like, okay, fire breath.
Actually, no. I believe like this. Like in the beginning of the movie, my man chose to wake up and just pick straight demolish, because he demolished the whole boat in the beginning of the movie. A boat that was minding its own business in the movie in an open sea and just gets demolished. He woke up and said, "Nah, let's destroy." And I don't
Oh,
He
understand
didn't.
man.
why his blood was so boiling hot. Like you saw it drop to the floor and immediate steam came off of it.
That's his inner rage. He makes his
Well,
blood hot.
My
But-
man must have been really
He's so
heated.
mad.
Okay,
that he makes
okay.
his blood boil.
This conversation is getting really, really good, Nick. I like it, Nick and DJ. My mom said, "Do we really want to call him an organism? Because when I think of organism, I think of cell and parasites. I think he was a dinosaur that revolved."
But that's not how they explained it. They literally said that he was like a small sea creature that was living on the seabed.
Yeah, that's his first form right there.
And it was because of all the years of radiation absorption that caused him to evolve like he did. And it was, and when you watch his evolution when he's on land, I mean, it's violent, and that's like where his first evolution came from. That's where the big steam geyser came from, was his first big expansion. And that was where the whole coagulant plot comes from, is because they determined that his blood system is like a nuclear reactor, and so the fins are like the water cooling system, which is part of the reason why he had to jump back into the water, because it wasn't able to cool him down quick enough.
had to take that dive.
Yeah. So so I mean, again, that's just my interpretation of it. I'm not saying I'm
right.
but I am. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
You say it, Derek. You say it.
You say it with your chest, Derek. You talk that talk, brother. Remy, which Godzilla would you compare Shin Godzilla with the most?
I'd probably go with Serge said. I'd probably go with or with Nick said, 1954. Basically, it kind of has like that same kind of attitude that 54 had. Because in 54, I wouldn't really. Yeah, he was angry, but I'd call him also like a force of nature, like a destructive force of nature, like a tornado or a hurricane or an earthquake. With this Godzilla, I felt what difference him from 1954 is that with Shin Godzilla, he kind of felt like he wanted to evolve and become a powerful being in order to do whatever goal he had in mind. Because like the main with the main theme of Godzilla is that he teaches humanity its hubris. He teaches us that we need to learn our place in the circle of life, so put it, or in the grand scheme of things. And we need to stop trying to control everything. That everything is not supposed to be under our domain, that there are things that are out of our control. And Godzilla, I feel like Shin Godzilla represents that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it like throughout the rest of the film. Nobody knows what to do, and it takes like weeks, months in order for them to actually figure out how to take care of Godzilla, because he's out of our control. He's something that we are not accustomed to. So I feel like Godzilla represents the things in nature, especially specifically Shin Godzilla, that challenge us to evolve and to learn new strategies on how to counteract those certain circumstances. So I feel like that's what Shin Godzilla kind of represents in this film. Design wise, I do like his design. I was a little bit exaggerating before, where I said I hated his design. I actually liked his design at first, because they like showed, like, if you remember, like at the very beginning of the production, they like showed like a still image or like a poster of just Shin Godzilla's head, and it said Shin Godzilla in the front, and it was the red background, and he was all gray. I remember seeing that poster, and I thought, oh, this looks like 1954. So I already kind of like liked his design because it reminded me of like the first ever Godzilla design we ever got. So I still had with that in mind, I was actually kind of okay with Godzilla's design. And then finally, when I saw him in the movie, I was like, oh, okay, like this design's really cool. Like I like the way he moves. I really like the size of his tail as well. That tail is huge, by the way.
Yeah.
That's probably like one of his longest tails I've ever seen.
Like, did you see when his tail like swung by the building?
I know.
Oh,
that was insane.
God.
I love in that shot where like Godzilla's tail is like over all those people.
Yeah,
They,
me
like,
too. Yeah,
all look up. They just like moves it to the side. I'm like, God, I like freak out if I saw that in real life.
And speaking of design, did you guys notice that a shield goes over his eyes?
Oh, I did. Like a shark. I did
Oh,
notice that.
yeah.
That was cool. At first, I didn't know what that was. I'm like, what was that? And then, like later on, I went, oh, it's a shield, because when he shoots his atomic breath, that's kind of like a protective layer of skin in case like he gets it in his eye.
Godzilla Train said one of the best shots in the movie. So this is what we're gonna do, because Serge, I know you said you might have to get up out of here at 8, so we're gonna go ahead and do our questionnaire game. Godzilla Train, feel free to play. Kimberly Gully, this will be interesting. So we'll go ahead and
ready, Serge. You ready, Derek?
All right.
Has begun the reckoning.
So
blood.
Here we go. I got 6 questions I'm gonna ask us. All right, so Mom, feel free to play. Godzilla Train, you always play with us. So here we go, Serge.
Tell me.
Which of these movies would you rather watch?
Nah.
Which of these movies would you rather watch? All Monsters Attack or Godzilla's Revenge?
He does this purposely.
What? Are you serious? No, wait. Just out of those two?
Yeah.
Okay, GMK or Son of Godzilla?
No, Godzilla's Revenge.
No, All Monsters Attack.
All Monsters Attack. Would you rather watch All Monsters Attack or Godzilla's Revenge?
That's terrible. That's
So it's rather watch Baragon die or just watch a horrible movie.
You got to bring up Baragon every single damn flipping time you talk about the movie. I swear.
Are you really thinking about this?
No.
Come on.
Monsters Attack, yeah, I'll go with that one. Forget it.
All right.
Nick, which of these movies would you rather watch? Monsters Revenge?
Uh-oh. We lose Dan.
I wonder if it's the same ones.
Oh, Donald, no. Come back. Donald, come back.
He's trying.
Donald, no.
Forgot to pay the bill.
Oh, come on. Well, folks, that's it for the Godzilla Nerds podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good night. Oh, he's come back. He's slowly starting to come back.
Matrix is trying to reclaim him.
The man. You're gonna see Agent Smith bust down the door.
Yep.
Mr. Dawn.
What is happening?
You're going robot.
You're buffering, man. You're freezing.
I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to get it
You
right.
sound like Optimus Prime right now. Autobots transform.
And wow.
You sound like Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Autobots transform. Megatron. You cannot stop. I wouldn't stop. The name's Bond. James Bond.
I was gonna do some Sean Connery quotes, but no.
All right, can you
From
guys
SNL.
hear me?
Oh, we can see you
Yeah.
now. We can, you're
You're much
perfectly
clearer
fine.
now.
Excellent.
There you go. Now he's back.
All right.
There you go.
I'm
Oh,
back.
much better.
You
All
paid
right.
the bill.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Everything is so expensive. I'm about to not pay for nothing. Gas going up. Food going up.
Yep.
All right. Am I there? Am I still there? Can you guys see me?
Yeah, you're here now.
Yeah,
You're
you're
back.
good.
Okay. I'm good. My mama said you talk about my. But
Wait, Jamal.
who is it? Nick turn or is it your turn, DJ? Nick,
Yeah.
what movie we going with? Which of these movies would you rather watch? All Monsters Attack or Godzilla's Revenge?
Sorry, I don't want to see Godzilla's Revenge any time in my lifetime again. I'd rather watch Baragon die 12 times than watch that one again.
Ah, it's great.
Sorry, that's true. I'd rather watch that happen because it's so
Godzilla
Yeah,
Train.
You gave us one of those like no-brainer questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm finna set you up though. I got one for you.
I bet you do.
Oh.
Even your mom picked.
He
All
has
Monsters
one
Attack.
set up for all of us. Watch.
DJ, which one of these movies would you rather watch? All Monsters Attack or Godzilla's Revenge?
All Monsters Attack.
All right, Remy, I'm finna bring it to you. Which of these movies would you rather watch? All Monsters Attack or Godzilla's Revenge?
All Monsters Attack, of course. I'd rather again, even though I hate it, I'd rather watch Baragon get blown up 1,000,000 times than see Minya or Gabra on the screen ever again.
That-
That little dumb kid.
That question was
Ah.
for Remy.
Yep.
It was.
Oh, wait, Donald. What's
Yes, sir?
funny is that when you said both of the movies, All Monsters Attack or Godzilla's Revenge, what's funny is that All Monsters Attack is actually a different title used for Godzilla's Revenge. So I was like, it's the same damn movie. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
oh,
That's why I got confused.
I know. I was like, wait, aren't they like the same title? Because like, you know, Godzilla movies, they use different titles for them. I'm like, why? Just call them what they are. But,
All
like,
right.
one of them was called All Monsters Attack, and I was like, wait. Hold
We
up.
finna get serious now.
Uh-huh.
Hold up.
Do it.
Now
What do
you
you say?
can.
Yeah, Donald. There you go. You get it.
All right, so here we go. Serge, you walk into a movie theater
Oh no.
and two MonsterVerse Godzilla movies are playing at the same time. You can only watch one. Which one would you pick? Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla versus Destroyer?
Damn, he attacked Surge hardcore with that one.
Wow, man. Wow.
No, that one's not. That one's not really hard because
Oh yeah, of course.
Godzilla
Wow.
versus Biollante is my favorite, so I'm always gonna choose Godzilla versus Biollante. I mean, it does suck missing out on the other one, but whatever. Like Godzilla versus Biollante, always.
Nick, what about you? Movies playing at the same time, you can only watch one. Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla versus Destroyer?
So it's, do I want to watch a depressing ending or watch a good ending?
Well, the movies could be different because these are MonsterVerse. Like if they're in the MonsterVerse. Would you rather
wow.
see would you rather see a MonsterVerse Biollante or a MonsterVerse Destroyer? Godzilla Train went with
Biolante.
Yeah.
Biollante.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Biollante.
Biolante.
Do it.
Go.
All the cool kids are doing it. Do it.
All right, DJ. What about you? You got two
Don't give a
MonsterVerse
second,
movies
DJ.
playing at the same time.
Don't give a second.
You can either watch Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Destroyer.
He broke the cycle. It's over.
That
My guy. He's done it.
What about you, Remy? You can only watch one movie. So both of them are playing at the same time. Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Oh man. I like Biolante. Don't get me wrong, I love Biolante. But I'm gonna have to go with Derek's choice. I'm gonna go with Destroyer too.
Ooh, we got a split. Well, no, we got to see who my mom gonna pick. I don't know where she at because we got 3 Biolantes because we got Godzilla Train.
She just mentioned
Let's
it.
go old school. Hey, look, this ain't got nothing to do.
What? Godzilla.
Mom,
Yeah, you got the question.
Mom,
You can't do that,
that's
ma'am.
That's not the question.
the
That is not
rules.
the question. You need to
qualification.
break the ice here.
Out.
Either you can watch Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla versus Destroyer. Now pick one.
MonsterVerse style.
Yeah, MonsterVerse.
The Godzilla Train don't butter her up, bro.
I mean, we kind of got that in Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, we did. I mean, not really versus.
Oh,
more like a
Mom.
Godzilla beats down
Mom,
Godzilla.
My
I'm
mama
almost
is
got-
being special. Mama, can you please? Can you
Mama
please
is
listen?
being special. Wow.
Listen.
Wow.
You walk into a movie theater
Whoa. Wow.
and 2 MonsterVerse Godzilla movies are playing at the same time. You can only watch one. Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla versus Destroyer. Jeez.
I wanted to get that drink.
And she said
Yay.
Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Let's
Yeah.
Serge, do you like that drink?
Oh, I'm not gonna drink that.
Godzilla Train.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I just
I thought you did drink it.
I bought one to drink and one for show.
Oh, I thought I actually did drink it.
if I find another one, maybe I'll
DJ,
try
you
it.
funny, man.
It tastes pretty good.
Oh, that's not even a lot of caffeine.
man.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's pretty good though. Can't
Let's try it,
complain about
Serge.
What?
I can't complain. It's really good.
Well, I'm not gonna try this one.
Well, no, go find another one and drink
Yeah.
that one.
Where do you even get
Mom, you
those
can't-
at?
You can't
FYE.
say both movies.
FYE.
Why
Yeah,
can't I
see
just?
that.
Because you can't. You can't.
Why
Damn.
can't I just pick one?
Y'all
Bet you be
funny, man.
I bet you be sneaking in snacks in the purse too. Look at it.
All right.
Wow.
She'd
All right. If you could
be like,
do,
hey guys, got you all snacks. Like a whole bag. Candy. Just giving it to us in the corner. Just like this. Hey man, hey, I got some stuff. Want some stuff? You got some stuff.
You know what? That's not a bad
terrible.
idea because you know
No,
what?
sound like
You
a
save money.
dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a dealer of candy. Your mom's a
Well-
dealer of candy, Donald.
What's the next question?
Yeah, next question.
Let me see which one of these I want to. Okay, if you could do one Godzilla crossover with one of the 2 superheroes, who would it be?
Ooh.
Batman or Spider-Man?
Oh, damn it, Donald. Actually, that's not really that hard, honestly. I already have my pick. Let someone else answer.
Yeah, I got my pick already.
You know, I'm gonna go with
Come on, Serge, be a smart man, brother.
no.
It ain't
Yeah,
8 o'clock yet.
well, yeah. I'm gonna go with because I saw that random meme or fake picture that somebody put of Godzilla appearing in the newest Spider-Man. Now I want it. I want to see it. So I want to see Spider-Man with Godzilla.
Okay, you picked Spider-Man. My mom picked Batman. Godzilla Train said Spider-Man has better. I'm picking Batman. And whoever don't pick Batman, I guess I'll be doing this stream by myself. It don't matter.
No.
What's up, Nick?
Your mom picked Batman.
Nick, if you could do one Godzilla crossover with one of the 2 superheroes, who would it be? Batman or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, honestly.
There you go.
Come on, DJ. I don't even ask Nick why. If you could do one Godzilla crossover with one of the two superheroes, who would it be, Batman or Spider-Man?
I kind of want to torture you, but I'm going to stick with my original answer, which is Batman.
DJ, brother, I knew it was the reason you was on here tonight. I knew it, brother.
But knew there was a reason we invited you on the screen.
Remy. Go ahead.
I think because I mean Spider-Man's got the superhuman strength and stuff, and he's dealt with like giant creatures before. I mean he's gone up against Galactus and stuff. Whereas Batman, he's typically dealing with human-sized people, so be interesting to see how he'd handle that.
My mom says,
but for good reason, though.
Okay.
But for good reason why he was crying. What?
The only way I would go with Batman if it was promised to be a dark movie.
Oh yeah.
I think this one. I think this one.
Hard R.
I think the one that's coming out gonna be pretty dark.
Oh,
from what I've seen,
looks awesome.
It looks like it's pretty dark.
From what I've seen, it's gonna be really dark.
Batman's not holding back in that one. Do you not see that first trailer where he just went like this to the guy?
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god, Batman, God stop! He's dead. He's like,
Remy,
I can't even hear you.
I gotta get you in here, Remy. If you could do one crossover with Godzilla with one of the two superheroes, who would it be, Batman or Spider-Man?
I was originally gonna go with Spider-Man, but I feel like because I'm gonna go with Batman because there's an animated movie where Batman does create a giant mecha Batman or mecha bat suit.
No,
and he actually fights different kaijus.
The Masked Man.
Yeah. So if Batman would be smart enough to create a mecha, that would be cool. I would want to see Godzilla take on a giant mecha-sized Batman. That would be dope.
I just read Masked Man's thing.
Yeah.
My mama said Batman pays his taxes.
He does. With his Batman credit card.
He'd be finessing his taxes. That's why he's a billionaire.
Yeah, man. And Spider-Man hitting Mary Jane. My boy can hit Poison Ivy, Catwoman. They bad. Mary Jane, all right.
They are, though.
Yeah, Mary Jane, all right. Mary Jane, she all right. Mary Jane, somebody like, you take it to
now,
the
Black Cat.
Batman also
Now, Black Cat. Whew, that's better. Spider-Man with Black Cat. Ooh, that's the stuff right there, boy.
I see you, Remy.
Woo, I'm like, man. That's why I can't wait for the next Black Cat movie. I'm like, I'm getting ready. But whatever. Moving on.
All right, Serge, you ready for question number 3? If you could bring back one character in the MonsterVerse, who would it be, Dr. Chin or Dr. Serizawa?
I feel like we did this one already.
Nah, we didn't do this one already, Nick.
Wait, that's so fast. He was like, no, Nick. No, we didn't. Okay, stop.
Dr. Serizawa. Yeah.
All right, Nick, I'm coming to you, Nick. We got, which character would you like to bring back in the MonsterVerse, Dr. Chin or Dr. Serizawa?
Serizawa.
DJ.
Same.
Remy.
He didn't even get to ask the question. Same.
Serizawa.
Listen, we all said Serizawa. What's yours?
Mine is Dr. Chin.
For
now I'm just playing.
Obvious reasons.
Everybody
reasons.
All right. If you all right, sirs, if you could be one of these titans for a day, who would you be? We got Manda, Varan, or Titanosaurus?
I'm gonna go with Varan. Yeah.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting you to pick that one.
What do you think I was gonna pick?
Titanosaurus.
No. I do like Titanosaurus, but his roar kind of gets on my nerves after a little while.
What, you don't like that?
Yeah, I like the one when he's frustrated, but like the regular one, like after too long, it's kind of like kill him. Yeah, like
You know, like that. You want to
yeah.
You want to wake up to that as your alarm clock?
Oh,
Varen flies. I mean, I think that's cool. I like Varen. So, Varen.
Varen's dope. I like Varen too.
Nick, if you could be one of these Titans for a day, who would you be? Manda, Varen, or Titanosaurus? My mom said that Titanosaurus is probably frustrated because he needs to mate. My mom said,
Wow.
oh my gosh, man.
Weak. I'm weak, man. I'm done.
I have no
I am
comment to
vexed.
that one.
I'm
Hey,
vexed
Serge,
right now.
Godzilla Train said, "Come on, bro." He said, "Come
Come
on."
on, sir.
No, I like Titanosaurus, but I'd rather be Varen.
What about you, Nick?
Honestly, Titanosaurus,
Ooh.
but I just probably won't scream.
DJ, if you could be one of these Titans for a day, who would you be? Manda, Varen, or Titanosaurus?
Manda.
Okay. Oh, you know what, DJ? I want to hear why you said that.
Give us a reason.
Because it reminds me of Shenlong.
That's a good point.
Oh.
I agree with that.
So
Yeah, that's a really
That's
that's
what
a really,
people-
really
I shall grant you a wish. Shit, wrong head. Shit, wrong head. Remy.
That's too good.
All right, Remy. If you could be one of the Titans for a day, who would you be? Manda, Varen, or Titanosaurus? DJ, that was good, brother. Or
I'm gonna go with the
Titanosaurus.
Titanosaurus on this one because the
Okay.
Titanosaurus has always been one of my favorite kaiju. So I have a soft spot for the guy, so I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. I think that's the last question I have. Better post-credit scene:
Ooh.
Kong Skull Island or Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Ooh. Oh, that one's easy. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I got a good one for that.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick Skull Island.
I'm gonna go with Skull Island just because you get to see the bigger picture starts coming in.
Okay. What about you, Nick?
Let's go Skull Island also.
DJ?
What were the two again?
No,
Who had the better post-credit scene, Kong Skull Island or King of the Monsters? Godzilla Train
I'll say
said
King of the
King of the
Monsters.
Monsters. Oh, okay. Remy, what about you, brother?
I'm gonna go. With,
Mama,
I'm gonna go
Mama, not Mothra, folks. Come on, folks.
I'm gonna go with Skull Island because I literally could not contain myself when I saw Godzilla's picture show up, and then Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah, and Godzilla's final roar. I was just like, I'm gonna die happy. I'm gonna die a happy man now. It's happening.
Yeah, when I heard
good.
When I heard that final Godzilla roar, I had to check my underwear. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my god! With King of Monsters though, it was cool, but I kind of felt a little bit underwhelmed. I was like, oh, you could have shown me something like Biollante or like something hinting at a new monster. But like,
Mama
it was fun.
Skull
But it was
Island
cool
is
though.
awesome.
I did like seeing Kevin's lost head hinting at it. Because that was Kevin. He did rip off Kevin at first.
All right, Serge. Had to get the question game out the way. Didn't want you to miss that, brother. That's an important part of the show. That's team building. That's our bonding time.
Is it?
Let them fight.
Serge,
Let them.
what was your favorite scene from Shin Godzilla?
Oh, I think it's everybody's favorite scene. I think it's when Godzilla lights up lights up the city, man. From the real flames to a real freaking laser. Um, that is probably one of the greatest scenes in all Godzilla movies. I think most people would agree too that the cinematography, the score behind it, man, that is literally a killer
The
scene.
CGI was awesome as well. In that
Yeah, it's
scene.
just that is just like I said, it's just one of the most well done scenes in all of Godzilla movies. Um, and I remember seeing it in theaters and just thinking, whoa, like this is crazy. Like I think because they were just able to get the feel of like total destruction that I don't think we've seen since the original 1954. Like with the combination of the visuals and the score, and it's like just looking at it feels depressing because it's just complete destruction of a city. Um, I think what was it the end of Godzilla 2000? It has something similar, but man, I don't think that can touch this one though. This one was just so well done that it harkens back to the original. So definitely that scene.
I think in that scene too, Godzilla was like, "Look, I'm about to just show my immense power." It's like he had just been playing all movie, and he was like, "Enough is enough," and like, "This how we gonna do this." And what's crazy is his tail was active during that whole scene. Like, I don't know, his tail was awesome.
Mhm.
And like when me and Remy was talking, like to see how big his tail actually what that was one of the
Yeah.
best shots in the movie when his tail swings by the building. But the scene that you're talking about, sir, I mean, the score was
That was
awesome.
crazy when his
Yeah.
tail shot the laser, though. That was
Yeah.
insane. I wasn't
And
expecting
so
that. I was like,
and that's what I was going to bring up. Normally, when Godzilla's charging up, it starts from his tail, then it goes up. But in that particular scene, it started from up here and then went to his tail. That was
Mhm.
awesome. I liked it. That was really, really awesome. Um, Remy, would you get hit by that for 100 million?
just like that. That's the last. That's the sound of his lasers.
um, Nick, how do you feel? What was your favorite scene from Shin Godzilla?
I'm gonna go with Serge that whole charging up atomic breath scene, like starting with that whole fire igniting everything to it becoming just a straight laser, and then Godzilla shows his true immense power, where you piss him off to a point, and his whole dorsal fins become lasers, and his tail seemed like it had a mind of its own. Like it was aiming at everything in sight, and the way his jaw just separated to make the building like
Oh yeah, like even his bottom half of his mouth, like it just split. I was like,
That
oh
was
yeah.
man,
crazy. I was
that
not
was
expecting
cold.
that
That was
either. I
cold.
was like, what is that?
My mom
I will
said
say
Kong has no like King Kong has no swag. Godzilla has
I will
swag.
say
Your mom says, huh?
I kind of thought the atomic blast coming out of the dorsal plates and the tail was kind of like, okay, that's interesting. It's still cool because like the visuals of it are just awesome. But yeah, even when I still see that, I think, yeah, that's kind of weird. But in the context of the movie, like, it looks killer.
He would make a killer disco ball.
Godzilla was
Just roll him up,
Godzilla.
spin around.
In the whole movie, he just, different parts of the movie, he speeds up, but he just kind of walking. But then when he starts shooting his beam out of his back, he's just moving like super fast. Like he's just slinging his back this way. That and like in this movie, it almost like a laser, like not
Yep.
even a beam. It's just like a straight laser, like something that will just cut right through you. DJ, what was your favorite scene from Shin Godzilla?
The same scene. I mean, the build up to it, because again, like they initiated the attack. They hit him with the Moabs, which is what caused it.
Oh, that kicked him
Pushed
off.
him over the edge.
Yeah, that
Like
kicked him
the
off real
bullets and
bad.
missiles were nuisances, but you could hear them like hitting metal. You know, it was like ding, 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 and then they dropped the Moabs on them, causing all the blood to come out. So just the whole buildup of him spitting out the fire, like Serge was saying, and then it gradually changing into the laser beam. And what's really cool about that is when he decides to shoot it out of his back, it's like he holds his breath because he shuts his mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to hold my breath and pop it out of the back area, and so it's coming out of like all the whatever openings there are in between all of his fins and everything. That's why it was so spread out, and his movements, like, because it was so spread out, that's what makes it look like he was moving fast.
Right.
So he's barely moving, but because it's so wide and so many different directions, it's just sweeping, So yeah, that whole sequence was just really cool. I was like, when I saw that in theaters, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could have saw it in theaters, but I didn't get that chance because we sucked.
Poor baby.
Yeah, you Floridians. What's wrong with you people?
Remy, what was your favorite scene from Shin Godzilla?
Well, of course, it's everybody else's favorite scene. It's that atomic breath scene. Like throughout the most of the movie, I was just kind of like, all right, this is cool. It's awesome to see Godzilla on the big screen again, but like nothing's really grabbing me right now. And then the minute I see Godzilla just like bend over and his spikes start to glow purple, I'm like, wait, what's happening? And then he just lets loose. And I remember the entire theater just like started applauding when his back lit up. I was like, what is happening right now? And I love that shot too, where like he like spins and you like just see that laser.
Yeah.
Several buildings like with that wide shot. And oh my god, the final shot too, where like it's just Godzilla shooting that fire breath, and you just see the entire city engulfed in flames. That's an amazing shot. And that wide shot too of like Godzilla like walking towards the camera, and he's like still glowing purple, and you see all the fire behind him. I know. That shot to me, that's probably my favorite shot of the entire movie. Just the silhouette of Godzilla as like
Godzilla was smiling at the camera. He was like,
he was like, I got you, didn't I?
I have to say they did a really good job with the perspectives that they created, considering that he was all CGI.
Really
and I think they did a phenomenal job of making him look like he was really there in the environment. Like,
yeah,
there was
he literally looked like a suit in some scenes. I was like, is that a suit or is that CGI? And then because they made it look so good.
Yeah.
So right there. That made it look incredible sometimes.
And I'll say one of the things I appreciate about this movie and what I appreciated, and Serge, you know this you all know this from the Heisei to the Showa. You have movies where, when Godzilla he appears as the hero. He has these heroic acts. But in this particular movie, like, you can sense a different feel from him. Like, the older guy, like, he just came for complete destruction. Like, that was his goal, destruction. He destroyed a whole city. He didn't care, right? And so that was the thing. And I think Shin Godzilla reminded me a lot of the older Godzilla movies, like straight destruction. He's got this personality where he is like this godlike creature, and people are actually scared of him in this movie. He's not looked at as a savior. Like, people are literally scared of him. And you guys are right. It made it seem like he was actually in the environment.
There was one scene after they revealed his name where they showed like a large crowd cheering for him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get very close, but they did have that. So
it's odd to me. I'm like, why would you cheer for him? He's going to kill you all.
Well, it's just like in Independence Day when they're all cheering for the aliens, and then the
it's true. At first they think, he's like a symbol. He's like
I need
a gift from God. Like, no,
not quite.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, you could say he's a gift from God.
No, I felt like he was, he was an organism. I think the difference between this Godzilla and all the other Godzillas, especially if we look at like 1984, 1985, 1954, is that those are Godzillas that have been around for a while. You know, like they've been alive for a while. This one has literally been alive for like a few days.
Yeah.
And as far as going from his small form to a large form, so I always felt like this one was really very, like, I wouldn't say evil. I would say more literally like, I mean, a creature that has just been born has no idea what's going on. He doesn't even know what he is or who he is. And it's like you have to imagine that the evolution that he's going through is painful because it looks painful. Um, so I think his mere existence is painful to him, and then to be attacked
Right.
by random things around him that I never really saw that his goal was destruction. I think that's what we got because we provoked it, Otherwise, he was just a creature just trying to exist and passing through. But
Yeah. It
obviously,
was just his sheer size that caused destruction.
yeah, and then we just, which is understandable. I mean, like, what are people going to do when a giant creature is going through their city? I mean, it's not like we know what it's doing, right?
Yeah.
So
And
again, there's something that we don't understand, and we just try and get rid of it, and then we wind up paying for it.
No,
I don't, I
Even if it
don't,
yeah,
never
no.
mentions any
Yeah,
kind of
sir. It's an
harm or
interesting
anything.
fact when you brought up that when Shin Godzilla feels like he's in pain, he actually is. I think the director even said that Godzilla's roars are like signifying that he's yelling in pain, that he's screaming in pain because his existence is just painful to him. So I feel like this is like the most tragic Godzilla we've had, where his
you got
just when he
personality.
just walks around, he's just constantly
Yeah,
hurting.
because I don't really think he has, like, that's why I said, like, less personality, more animal, but not an animal that we're used to seeing.
yeah,
I mean, this one
I
doesn't. He doesn't even move.
see.
He doesn't even move very much.
Yeah, he
Um,
like moves
He
very
got
slow.
he
and
walked with that slow bop.
Yep.
and one of the interesting
Um,
things that they kind of started to talk about in the movie, um, or it alluded to, was like where's he going? Like where's he headed to?
mhm.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
we
true.
know in most movies he's usually heading towards a power source.
Yeah.
So, when they kept saying like,
hmm.
why does he keep coming back to Tokyo? It's like, okay, was the intention that if he got further than he did, would he eventually get to like a nuclear power reactor and absorb all that energy? That. So I found that kind of interesting that they like just touched on it, but managed to stop him before they really had to explore it.
And I, I, I
I'm
think
really
that
enjoying the conversation.
I think that that unknowing does the movie really well. Because we're like you said, Derek, like we're used to knowing, like, well, he's gonna go look for energy, or he's gonna do this, or he's gonna do that. But in this one, we really have no idea what he's doing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It leaves
and
that
we
level of
still don't at the end.
suspense. Yeah, it leaves that level of suspense because we're like, we don't know what this Godzilla's motives are. We don't know what he's trying to do. Is he like a force of nature, like or like the balance
All right,
between
Kimberly
nature,
Gully.
like
We'll talk to you
like
later.
2014, like Monsterverse?
We'll see you next week.
Goodbye. Nice meeting you.
My man.
Nice meeting. We'll see her next week.
Yep.
But yeah, this conversation is awesome. I'm loving all the perspectives. I'm loving all the information, knowledge, and wisdom that you all are sharing. So with that being said, so this actually set up for my last question. Well, not my last question, but this question nicely. Serge, what was your biggest takeaway from Shin Godzilla?
Oh man, it's biggest takeaway, man. It's such a damn good movie. And like I think, Remy, like you said, the design was, it's a little different enough that it kind of makes you,
Yeah.
and yeah, like I'll say, I always thought, I don't think I would have had an issue with the slow movement because I think it plays into this Godzilla and how it is in its creation. I think just the arms a little bit is just always
Yeah.
kind of like,
The arm should have been fixed
yeah,
slightly better.
it's just a little funny for me. But other than that, I mean, I just think it's a great reboot, I guess you could say. And it has Toho, if you're listening, the potential to, I mean, continue and go wild, especially with the ending. Very, very lasting. It was. I think it was the. I think it was the Godzilla movie that we needed around that time. Definitely, a new perspective with modern technology, and that's actually one of the ones that I usually tell people to kind of start with, like Godzilla 2014 now if they've never seen him, but I say Godzilla 2014 and Shin Godzilla, and just let them know that this is two different universes that we're talking about, two different series. But I think Shin Godzilla. I think the great thing about Shin Godzilla is the story, or what the story is about, is still the same. It's the same story, just told differently. The point is still the same. We did this, we messed up, and now we're paying for it. Humanity messing with things that it ought not to. And so I think this is just another way of saying it. And that was my takeaway, is just, it really does the original story of Godzilla damn good justice. Yeah, I'm talking about exactly Godzilla Train.
Yep.
Right there.
Way to sum them up, Godzilla Train.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good answer. Politics and selfish agendas are the fall of mankind. Working together is the only way to prosper. Nick, do you have anything that you would like to say about that question? What was your biggest takeaway from the Shin Godzilla film?
The movie was actually really good to me. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't something boring and I could just fall asleep to. No, it actually, had my interest in it. It had my attention the whole time. I'm looking up as if it's there. My TV's just turned off. It was really, really good to watch. It was enjoyable. But like Serge said, yeah, it's two different movies in two different places.
DJ, what about you? Biggest takeaway from Shin Godzilla?
My biggest takeaway from it was just the possibilities of how they could continue this. Like I mentioned earlier, with the way that they showed like his genetic material like spread out on the wreckage of a building, and they started talking about like the potential there, like that it could create more, that it could create. He could have wings. He could have the human-sized versions, which we see on his tail at the end of the movie. It just leads itself into, like I said before, that Netflix Planet Godzilla trilogy, where like the entire planet is essentially a part of Godzilla. And, like his genetic material is spread over the whole planet and created new life forms and new plants and everything, and there's just small pockets here and there where like humanity has survived and nature has survived somewhat untouched by them. And it leads to, like, if they hadn't stopped them, that's where it could lead to.
And make it good, and not a boring mess. The trilogy.
Some good answers. Remy, bring it home, brother. What was your biggest takeaway from Shin Godzilla?
My biggest takeaway from this film was that I can't wait for Shin Baragon. I'm kidding. No, my biggest takeaway from this film is the music, the score for this film. There are so many good themes in this, like "Who Will Know," which is the theme that plays during Godzilla's like atomic breath scene. I love that song. That's a great song. And the Persecution of the Masses, which is the first song that plays when Godzilla's second form, I think, shows up on land. That Muppet looking one. I remember seeing that in theaters, and then like my mom and I were like watching the movie, and mom was like, "That's Godzilla? It looks really weird." And I'm like, I'm like, give him a few scenes. Maybe he'll look more natural.
Remy, what is that? He said the Muppet.
He did.
My
he didn't look like freaking Kermit the Frog. I was like waiting for him just to go up and just like this. I'm gonna cause destruction. Yay! I was like, what is this? Exactly.
Oh my God. Godzilla Train said, yes, fantastic soundtrack. Definitely one of my favorites.
Yes. I also did like how they like reused a lot of the old Godzilla themes too. Like what was it like Astro Monster or the Astro Monster theme or the Zero Monster Monster Zero theme at the very end with like having all those trains like crashing the Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
The March.
Yeah, March. That's right. Thank you, Serge. I was like trying to wonder. I was like, what is the title of it? I know I have it, but like, no, that was a really good scene. And again, they of course, again, a good Godzilla movie. They reused the original Godzilla theme, the original.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I was like, thank you. I'm like, that's when you know a Godzilla movie is good when they reuse that theme because they have to. It's in their contract. Reuse this theme. You don't. That's what I wish G14. That's what I wish G14 did. I wish they included a little bit of the G4 of Godzilla's theme there.
A little bit.
But at least they,
at
least they did it in King of the Monsters.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank God.
It needed.
Thank God
Yeah,
for that. I was
King
like,
of the Monsters
thank
needed
you.
that.
They fixed that immediately. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
So I got a final question for tonight for the podcast. Serge, out of 5 stars, how do you rate Shin Godzilla?
Out of 5 stars, I will give it 4.5. 4.5 because I just think it's a damn good movie. I will piggyback off of something that Remy did say. I think I would have preferred Godzilla's first roar from 1954 slash
Okay,
1984,
Godzilla
1985. I would have preferred that roar because I felt like it would have fit just a tad bit better than his normal one. The one that sounds like lower, sounds more like a growl. I thought that just would have been totally killer, but I'm not going to complain too much more about it. The one that sounds very low and like almost mechanical because he's so damn slow, but I think that would have been awesome. Either way, 4.5 out of 5 because it's just a damn good movie.
And I love the sound that his beam makes when he shoots it out. Like you can just hear it. Like it's
that's a freaking laser sound right
Godzilla there. Was shooting a good atomic. He was just shaking his head while he was.
I can't control.
Nick, out of 5 stars, how would you rank this film?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Serge at 4.5. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. DJ, what about you? Out of 5 stars, how would you rate this film?
I go with a 5. I enjoyed watching it. I watched it twice this week and wasn't bored either time. And again, like I said before, it's just a different perspective and leads to thoughts of the potential directions that they could go with it.
My point's proven. Like the movie's not boring at all. It's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah,
pacing.
it's a really good, really good movie. And when you see Godzilla on the screen in this film, it looks like you see him for Remy. I can't take you serious. It looked like
you guys said good pacing. I was like, you guys are gonna hate me. You guys are gonna hate me when I
Remy.
Whatever, dude. No.
Out
Don't
of
worry about that
guy. No way.
Out of 5 stars, Remy. How would you?
He's going to give it a 0 because Baragon wasn't in it.
Choose one.
Yeah, 0 stars. No Baragon. No Shin Baragon. No Shin Godzilla versus Shin Baragon. 0 stars.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. Now I'm gonna give this movie a 3.5.
Oh, you went very low.
It's not that low. It's mid. It's mid-range.
Talk your talk, Remy.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. Everything you guys said, I agree with. I do really like this design of Godzilla. The musical score is really well handled. Like Derek said, the CGI is really impressive in a lot of shots. There's a lot of shots where, again, I have to question if they actually used a suit or it was like CGI. The cinematography as well. I love the cinematography in this movie. I love the use of perspective that they have, especially like those low angle camera shots they have of Godzilla, just to like give you the size and scale. Because at the time, this was the largest live action Godzilla until, you know, the MonsterVerse was like, oh, okay, hold my beer. We're going to make Godzilla almost 400 feet tall now. and then the trilogy came out and just went, okay, how about 600 feet tall? Like, whoa, wait a second. We didn't agree on that, but like, whatever. But I don't know. For me, I feel like after the high point, which was the atomic breath scene, the film kind of like went to like a little bit of a lull for me at times. Because like after that, Godzilla's just like in hibernation and he's just sleeping. And then like that just leaves us with the human characters, which, yeah, be honest, these human characters aren't god awful, but to me, they're not like the most engaging or the most interesting either. I didn't hate any of them, but I just felt like you could have like at least connected me to some of them. I did really feel bad though when the Senators did die. When Godzilla like did shoot his own breath and like wiped out those the first helicopter, I was like, oh shoot! Like I kind of felt bad then because I actually kind of liked those characters.
Well, Remy,
But like,
he only went into hibernation for the fact he gave his all to that atomic breath.
I know. It's just that I feel
Well,
like
it wasn't enough.
I know. You couldn't. I don't know.
Godzilla's trying to say,
sorry.
come on, Ruby.
Okay, I'm
I do
sorry.
like how they used the buildings to knock them down and try.
Yes, that was a really cool moment too. I really did like that as well.
That was a good
and again,
scene, too.
I did really like the ending shot too of Shin Godzilla, where like they pan up and you like see those like humanoid Godzilla forms. Because I saw that and I went, what is that? And then I like immediately cuts and I went, wait, that's it? You end me on? Wait, what was that? Like I was like,
You
interested.
mean you didn't like that?
No, I did like that. No, I didn't say I
Oh,
didn't
you
like
did?
that.
Okay, I thought you said
like
you didn't.
No, I did like that. I was
myself.
I got upset when they cut it off because I was like, no, I want to see what happens next. Like, what is that? Like, what does that mean? Like, I was interested to know what happens, and they cut it. I was like, oh, damn it. But no, but again, I still really like this one. It's not one of my favorites, but I still really appreciate for what it did. It was a new introduction to the Reiwa series, and to me, I appreciate the fact that Toho was willing to actually create a new series of Godzilla and to bring him back into his like villainous kind of destructive side again. Because we were getting used to the G14 at the time. So we're like, Godzilla's more of a good guy. So Japan was like, okay, we're going to go back to the basics and make him the villain or make him the antagonist at the very least. So I did really enjoy that. Though. So again, even though I'm not giving a 4.5 or 5, I still like Shin Godzilla. I still appreciate the fact it did. At first, I didn't like it that much, but when I got more interested in behind the scenes and the actual message of the film, that's when I started to appreciate it more, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna put hard on it first time.
My takeaway is that Remy hates this movie.
I don't hate it. I feel like if I watch it,
all I heard.
I feel like if I rewatch it, I'll probably like it.
Baragon.
Yeah, no. So I was gonna pick a movie, but my mom's gonna be a guest, so it'll be about her next week. So we'll get our questions prepared. My mom is actually the reason I got into Godzilla. But before we go, I want to share something with you guys. I'm actually I'm working on a book. I'm working on a book for us.
Okay.
I'm working on the book for us. It's a kaiju book, actually. I already started writing it, and I've been networking, getting some pointers on, taking it serious, getting it published, and everything like that. So, the book is called the Monsters Retreat. It's called The Monsters Retreat, and I'm going to give y'all a snippet of what the story is about. So, actually, DJ, the story starts off with him, but his name is Doug in the movie. So
we're all characters in this book.
He's a researcher, and he starts off with another researcher. Her name is Macy. So they start off. They're on this island. They're in Maui, actually. They're on this tropical forest. It's in Maui, and they're heading towards this cave. Now, when you get to this cave, there's nothing but murals and paintings of different titans, right? So we got a 100-foot Python Titan, Deathstrike, right? We got the big Titan named Armageddon. So I actually planned this out. I actually thought this through. but they're already out on this expedition. So I can't tell you what happens. I can't tell you what happened, Doug. You don't die, brother. Don't worry, you don't die. But
Okay.
actually, so
Much time.
Remy, Sir, Nick, we all meet up, right? And it's crazy because we all go to this college, but so we're not even necessarily friends in this story. But somehow we do have the same class, and we end up getting put together on this field trip to go to that island where all these monsters are. But people don't believe that these monsters exist. So once we get there, we'll know if they exist or not. So I'll send each of you a piece of it so you can read it. Really,
Sounds
really
good.
awesome. Really,
That'd
really
be
awesome.
one.
That's awesome. I like it.
So we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna
Cool.
make it happen. We're gonna
Featured.
take the. I got a Baragon. I got a Baragon like creature in the book just for you, Remy. Actually,
Does it die?
Does he die? Damn it, Nick.
Yeah, it gets stomped on 5 seconds after he's introduced.
He's like, here now.
Remy, I think you appreciate it, brother. I think you will
All right.
appreciate this.
Do not make him
you
die
will.
though, or else we're gonna prove Surgeon Nick right.
Yeah,
Like,
Never
he's
let
here
you live
now.
it down.
Punch it to the side.
and
We
I
already
don't know, like, and I don't really know what's gonna happen because I just start writing. So once I start writing, it's just. But the beginning is amazing because DJ has a really really important part in the film. So he's already here. So I'll go ahead and say this. I'll say Doug and Macy. So the book starts off 5 years prior. So they're already out there. They're stranded out there. And so people think they're gone. But once we get to the island, we'll end up meeting with them actually. So that's how it goes. So none of us are friends. We just have the same class together, but we just end up getting put together, and then that's how it goes.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That sounds like it'll be a book I'll enjoy.
Yeah, no,
reading.
send us the send us a little excerpt anytime you.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
will. I'll actually send it. I'll actually send it Saturday. I'll just send it to each of
Nice.
you, and we'll
Check
do
it out.
that.
Shall
So
give it a
my mom will
read.
be here next week, so I'll hold off on my movie. And it's always good getting up with you guys, meeting with you guys, talking with you guys. Just make my week.
I'm here.
And I mean that's all I have, man. That's all I have. That's Godzilla nerd to the day I die.
All the
Yep. Amen to that.
Yeah, sirs, I like that guitar playing you're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that's a
it's-
really cool
yeah.
guitar.
No, I like that.
It looks clean. The white
Nice.
makes it look
Yeah.
I
love
appreciate
these.
that Godzilla train. Appreciate that.
precise. Wait, what did Godzilla's train say? I didn't see it.
He said looking forward to reading it one day. So I have to send him a
okay,
piece
nice.
of it. But it's really awesome. Once you like actually see it and read it, you're gonna be like, I ain't no Donald could write. I ain't that slow. I always could write though. I would always score the highest on my writing test in any school. I would always score the highest. And my teacher
Yeah,
just said,
lucky.
Donald, you just play around too much. You don't take school serious, and I didn't. So
Yeah.
I ain't taking serious.
Been waiting to
but-
come out.
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah,
I do great writing test. I don't. I'm like, man. Let me try real quick. Oh, what do I get? A B? Okay, sure. My heart and soul into my writing, and my
All right.
ears are just like, nah, it was good. You got a B. Like, yeah? You're gonna give me an A? You jerk?
All right, man. Well, y'all have a blessed night. I'll hit you guys up in the group, and we can chat some more. And
Yes, sir.
As always.
you guys have a blessed night.
You guys.
Yeah, guys.
Later.
Later.